All right, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
My question is, if everything goes right, maybe 9 out of 10 things go right, dark horse Super Bowl contenders, um, teams that you feel like could just win it all if everything clicks.
I got mine, and I've been just kind of had this in my head, and I've had it here for a while. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think if the Bucks have everything, because I think if everything goes right, they win the division easy. Like if we're talking about everything going right, I think they win the division easy, and I think they could have their team that could be live for a 1 seed in the NFC just because of how difficult like the road for Philly might be, and they could get 13 wins. And like obviously we know the North is an extremely tough division, the West is a tough division, and if the Panthers don't pan out, the Falcons just are talented but can't put it together like they have been, and then the Saints, we don't believe in them at all. So that could be 6-0 in the division, and then they get 13 wins. They're the 1 seed, and then everything goes through Tampa. I think if everything worked perfectly, they're easily a dark horse to get to the Super Bowl, and I could fully see it with the way Baker's played great in the playoffs, top 10 quarterback he's been over the last couple of years. You get Emeka Ibuka to go along with, hopefully Godwin can come back and he's fine, along with Bucky Irving in the backfield, who I really like, and Mike Evans is still there. So I think overall, and they have a proven coach, so I think overall the Bucks would be that sleeper team for me.
Sure. It's a good pick. I actually would have probably went with Tampa. Obviously, I've said the Rams, but I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh.
I have just like Timmy over here. I have a weird vision, and that weird vision is that Matthew Golden is an absolute stud.
I love
my reasoning. I think like just physically, like he's so gifted, but like when they drafted him, I thought about it. Like you don't ever see Green Bay take wide receivers in the first round. Like this dude, like I don't know. I feel like because he's a first round receiver that like Green Bay just never selects one that he's going to be a superstar. Like I feel like it could be that missing piece. Like they should play Jaden Reed more and 11 personnel. He should be the second receiver on the field. Good offensive line, good rushing attack with Josh Jacobs, good defense. Like I don't necessarily know if they'd win the division because that's a tough division. But I think if they got to 12, 13 wins, like especially if Jordan Love has another good year, like I could see them being in the Super Bowl. Like I think they've got the talent for it.
They're also a team that with a coach like LaFleur, they can travel. Like we saw them almost go into San Fran and upset them after upsetting the Cowboys 2 years ago. So like I agree with that too. I think Matthew Golden's going to be really nice. And they're a team, if they get hot at the right time and they get the matchups, they can play a physical style, but they also can play a up and down style too. So really depends on the development of Jordan Love, but I like that one. Timmy or Kyle go next, one of the two.
I can go. Quickly on that, Matthew Golden is their fourth wide receiver too. I think there's two teams from the same division that can be dark horses here. I like Denver and I like the Chargers. I think Denver could potentially have the best defense in the league this year, and that might carry them into the playoffs for a run. We saw them have a good offense last year. Bo Nix definitely impressed everybody. Nobody would have expected that season out of him. That's a season that could have won Offensive Rookie of the Year in other years, without a doubt. And he just got outshined by Jaden Daniels. So I could definitely see the Broncos, if the defense gets a little bit better and he just plays as good as he did last year, I could see that being a real shot. And then the Chargers, they've always kind of been, with Harbaugh, they've been great, but they've been around a playoff team all throughout Herbert's career, and I think Harbaugh takes them there. So he just needs to bounce back and actually like play well in the playoffs, and then boom, they're a Super Bowl team.
I gotta say, all your answers are like perfect. Like those are like on the nose dark horse teams, right? Like especially Keenan's. Like Tampa is the very definition of it because they're so sound and well coached on both ends of the ball. I actually don't think they're really going to be affected by the loss of Liam Cohen because Baker seems to have such a good feel for that offense in general and the weapons that they have. And the defense wasn't great last year. They were banged up, but Bulls in general has done a pretty good job, at least having fundamentally sound defenses, causing turnovers at opportune times and such. The Packers, though they're a dark horse, I think they're one of these teams. Like, I feel like you can make the case for them the last 2 years because of everything you guys said. LaFleur, Jordan Love is good enough. Jordan Love was banged up all of last year too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The game I like to play with, like, in my head when I'm going through like Super Bowl contenders is like, all right, let's start with whoever the favorite is. Not necessarily what Vegas has, but like whoever you believe in your mind is the favorite. And then say, okay, if not them, then who? Right? And that's why I'd always come back to like the Ravens and the Lions last year. Like, I just could not get there with the Chiefs coming out of the AFC. Like, it seemed like it was going to be either the Ravens or the Bills. And then I thought whoever won out of them was going to win it. And I feel like Green Bay is like in the 4 spot for that. Like, I feel like if you're not going to pick either the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, or whoever out of the NFC, the Green Bay Packers going to be on that short list. That being said, commend all your answers. Same thing there. Those top 3, the big 3 in the AFC, if it's not going to be them, I could see a world where it's the Houston Texans. I know we've kind of picked them as a seesaw team. I know we've picked them as a team that could fall, like we talked about it earlier. But if it goes right, they've got, if not a top 5 defense, the best defense in the league.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, we'll talk about it next week. Like, I mean, me and Tim talked about it last year with Stroud. Like, it just seemed like he was going to regress, just being year 2, right? And I'm kind of there with Jaden Daniels as well. That being said, year 3, CJ Stroud, I expect him to make less mistakes. I expect him to really take a leadership role. And if he can just stay healthy, and that's the case, and his position players stay healthy, there's no reason why they couldn't take a leap with that defense and, hypothetically a top 8 quarterback in CJ Stroud. And to what Tim said with the Chargers and Broncos, I cannot wait to see that whole 3-way battle. Everybody's on the Broncos. Like, that's everybody's dark horses seemingly this year. And I don't know. I definitely think they could take the Chiefs' mantle hypothetically. But I do think people are sleeping on the Chargers. Like, they definitely had a loss in talent. But like Tim said, like, Harbaugh's such a great coach. They should be able to take that leap. But it's truly a make or break year for Justin Herbert for me. Like, I said that about T-Law, I believe, last year. This is the year for Herbert. Like, at least win us one playoff game. Win us one playoff game, and then we can talk. Because if not, you can't be in the conversation with Burrow and Mahomes and all those guys. You can't even be on that second tier. You can't even be in that Jaden Daniels tier if you can't even get one playoff game with Harbaugh. And this will be his 6th or 7th year, I believe, for the Chargers. He's got to get at least one playoff win for us to talk.
Yeah.